Shabbat, Perek Yud Tet, Mishnah Aleph. First Mishnah in the 19th chapter of Shabbat. We're going to talk about as we learned in the last Mishnah, we're going to discuss, this Perek talks about the laws of Milah on Shabbat, the Brit Milah. We know that Milah is Docha Shabbat. The idea of Brit Milah, even though the actual circumcision itself is creating a wound, and Chavala is Asur, that's a din of Isur D'Oraita, if the Brit falls out on the 8th day, it supersedes the prohibitions of Shabbat, and you're allowed to do the Milah on Shabbat. So the question is, how much, once you're allowed to do the Milah, once you're allowed to do the actual circumcision, what other things can you do as well? Says the Mishnah. Rabbi Eliezer Omer, Rabbi Eliezer says, Im lo hevi kli me'erev Shabbat, if the mohel did not bring the kli, the knife, that's called an izmael, it's the Milah knife. You can buy one online for 134 shekel. If you want a silver one, 1,400 shekel. Anyway, if you didn't bring it from Erev Shabbat, and obviously there was no Eruv, and it's in the same Chatzer or a different Chatzer, Mevi'o b'Shabbat miguleh. You bring it Shabbat, miguleh, uncovered. Why uncovered? Lahodia, to show, shechaviva mitzvazo. Shemechalelin aleh et Shabbat. The Gemara says that the Moel, he holds it out, he holds his Milah knife in order to, there's a pen, but anyway, in order to show how beloved this mitzvah is, that we violate the Shabbat. Theoretically, we violate the Shabbat in order to fulfill the Milah. Ubisakana. And if it was a time of danger, i.e., that Milah was prohibited, that the hegemony of the time prohibited doing Brit Milah, mechasehu al pi edim. They obviously continued to do Milah, but the Moel would then cover it. He would put it inside a cloth or whatever, and he would show the edim here. I'm putting it in order for me to take it to do the Milah. V'od amar, this is Rabbi Eliezer opinion. V'od amar Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer also said, Kortim eitzim. You're allowed to cut down the trees, la'asot pechamin, in order to make the coals, v'la'asot kli barzel, in order to make the ironworks, in order to be able to do the Milah on Shabbat. Meaning, once Milah is mutar, we're going to see you're allowed to do anything in order to make sure the Milah is done. You don't have a utensil, you can physically build the utensil in order to do the Milah. Klal, so Rabbi Akiva said, no. Klal amar Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva made a rule. Ko melacha she'efshar la'asota me'erev Shabbat. Yes, we knew Milah is, with the word Milah is Docha Shabbat. It pushes off the Shabbat. But that's only the Milah itself. So, any Melacha that you could have done before, you could make the knife before. You don't have to make the knife today on Shabbat. You could do it before. So therefore, any Melacha you could do before Shabbat, Eina Docha Shabbat. It doesn't push off Shabbat. But, V'shi'i efshar la'asotam erev Shabbat, and any Melacha that you could not do from before Shabbat, Docha Shabbat. So that's what the Bartuner says. Any melacha you could do, like machshirei milah, the utensils for the milah, since you could do it before, einan dochin et Shabbat. But anything you couldn't do could go on milah atzma, like the mina itself. She'i efshar la la'asot dizmana b'shmini. Its day, its time is the 8th day. Then docha Shabbat. Then that is docha Shabbat, and we pass it like Rabbi Akiva. So therefore, the Moel cannot make the utensils in order to violate the Shabbat. Very interesting. When you see this machloket, Rabbi Akiva seems more logical. Anything you could do before. What about Rabbi Eliezer? What's the logic of saying, well, I can cut down the trees to make the coals? I guess Rabbi Eliezer felt that once it's mutar, then anything you need to do today, right now, in order to fulfill the mitzvah, must be mutar as well. We'll stop here, dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Harav Simcha B'Yitzchak Kalman, and contact me if you have any comments or questions.